Multi-emerite Doctor, Research Fulbright Scholar Adolf BENCI. Someone needs to hear this. American history is in a paradox. American modern history, quantum mechanics, since the independence wars in 1776, French Brito-independent wars, classical Greek history and classical history, Atreus is in paradox to American heroes like Benjamin Franklin and MacArthur. It isn't, if you're looking at classical history, you can see that American history is in paradox with classical history. That's why it's in contradictum in adjectio and in reductio absurdum. American abstract duality, because it basically breeds capitalism and breeds military paid mercenary fascism, neo-communism and neo-fascism, and local causality fascism, but administers techno-supremacy and economic bilateral transaction and multi through corporate syndicalists and mafia and in neo-space. American position, therefore, is that like Rivera, Nelson Rockefeller being paid in the Rockefeller mural of the great butterfly of industrial complex is correct, because communism is supported by Sachis and capitalists. It's a bi-cooperativeness of American imperial policy. When Adolf Hitler or any of these dictators come in, they never should have had the wars. It's the Adelphi and the quarter march of neutrality that needs to be addressing the main circle of police. Sparta, Athens were enemies, and there was a police state, Corinth, Sparta, Crete, all of them from Delphi to Macedonia and all the way to Rome. There were 50 of them, and at least, and this Asia Minor and Asia Major and modern Wilsonian continents, Asia, Europe, America, Africa, etc., is a third state of this position. So Eurasia is in the third position of Asia, not Microasia, and the history of the three positions. If you're looking at Aeschylus and Prometheus, and you're looking at Sophocles, you're seeing that the revolution is an American empire. It's an atlas and the globalization of allowing the police to be part of Secret Service, CIA and KVD, and being not explicated or secularized within the police states by macroeconomics and macro military quadrilateral reality policy. Bilateralism and formalism and multilateral actions is an enemy, is a demigod and a polymath. But in case of a painter, you transform the mask of the socio into the real anthropis of modern world, and see that sociology since Jean-Nordon Bruno, position of communist Marx, Lenin, Engels, Trotsky, co-opted the position historically. Modern capitalists from Saatchi, Soros, Forbes, Rockefeller, Edelman, to modern mega capitalists, including whole empires and mafia, Berlusconi, Putin, etc. Syndicalism with modern capitalists causes a double door of reality. Adolf BENCI, this is Galeria Noya from Afghanistan to Vladivostok, Paris, that the modern classical transformation still holds true. Leonardo da Vinci didn't complete, the Renaissance never took place. Scrimmage into local civil wars, escaped into England, and first to Louis XVI, then Leonardo's and Lorenzo de' Medici basement. banking systems. Even though it was paradoxical in his own country as a civil war protected him, but in a global revolution, Renaissance didn't take on neutrality, war persisted economically. Julius Caesar was assassinated for that same reason, was that the logical aspect of a universal empire didn't take place. America is in the position of this because the immigrant vacuum caused by these revolutions, modern wars, Spanish Civil Wars to Korean wars, World War I, World War II, Cold War, Iran, Iraq, etc., 2003, 2016, Syria, they're all classical wars and they're explicated by dualistic compatriot, like I've said before. Classical history scrimmages, the general quarter-marshal never comes to full form into neutrality as it crosses into Asia Major position of universal space, neutrality. Always is being brought by Truman, like MacArthur, and brought back by Henry Truman or Eisenhower, back to the philosophical Black Athenian democracy. America needs to change this because even imperialist wars against Islam are not necessarily just scrimmages. They just allow the new qualification of new wars by shifting political sides, left-right races, etc. Bologna University allowed the scrimmaging and dualism into the crochet, the skinning of all races so that the universal man is red. The transformation of neutrality as the Indian against cowboy became the same red crochet duality. The anatomical operation was the scrimmaging of the titania between gods and man, that they were in universal rotundus, not in theo-techno polemic, but in universal space. Modern America hasn't developed to this, but will. Colombia and America as an empire, America, Apollonian America, is the red Bruno socialist revolution. The police, as police, macropolis all over the world, from Asia to Persia, Prussia, Russia, Europe, Africa, and there is no Adi Amin scrimmagings. There is real Adi in favor Adelphi, the BENCI, the Apollonian metamorphosis of the painter. Addressed in Bologna, the transformation of Bologna world address was Hippocratic oath, and the secular of neo-Napoleonism was that the operations is a mezzi soprano, is a neo space, so the Russia, America share one mandala between them. It isn't the golden mean of the theo-techno indeterminacy. It's a classical space, so that the tragic heroes in Horus, Objective, Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, and Greek-Roman theater hold true to modern world that they are the capitalists, they are the deceiver, the Luciferian transformation. Now the adjustment hasn't really been made because the mobility into World War III are just mobilizing into different context, locations, space-time scale, into transforming new genocides by localizing Islam in Pakistan, etc., and having made another nuclear genocide. These are, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, these are blueprints for World War III. The ghost ships of fools still is alive. The blueprints of this duality is that it hasn't truly rested in neutrality, and the rhetoric isn't in virtue, good men, or a progressive evolution development, not dinosaur, theo-dinosauria or techno-dinosaura, not Hippocratic scrimmages to arcogenazio or arco-hypocrisy, but true arco, the scrimmaging of bioform, terra verde, magnus opus, as a status quo. The painter transforms because he sees no evil, does no evil, but creates objectivity over evil. subjective and objective unification transforms modern man's spirit into empire. Empire is good because the men, the police of the polici metropolis, are the pillars of the state. They are the red Horochet scrimmaging and the determinist of the syllogistic anatomy come arte. Anatomy is great. Anatomy, anonymity, and anatomy in virtue is not necessarily the Hesiod's theogony or Homer's ideological Agamemnon Atreus paradox of classical history. Homer doesn't write classical history, he sees the scrimmaging as a war. Classical history sees the scrimmaging of Geodomy into modern universal ultra-God and monotheism and universal neutrality.